Will and Matt back with you, south end zone of Kyle Field, but we're going to switch over from football to football, I guess, on the pitch now.
You got to let her come up, maybe not on the spot, but you got to have a name for this segment.
Okay.
This
We
is probably,
still haven't done that.
Fourth or fifth.
And that's a big deal to me.
Yeah. I'll get to brainstorming.
Oh,
See if I can come up with anything.
Hanging with Haley's no good.
No.
You got to do something better.
Pounding it with pounds.
No.
Pound it. And it's just the logo's like a fist out.
Yeah.
With an Aggie ring.
Come on.
Your guest says no.
With an Aggie ring on it. That's nice.
Haley.
What do you think then?
We'll think about it later.
Okay. We'll talk on the way home.
But obviously people know Haley Pounds is here now. Esteemed guest. You're
Okay.
honest.
We have Miss Allie Watt, also known as A1.
A1.
And I usually say A1 on the track. I don't know why. I think it sounds like
I usually DJ in the locker room, so she just thinks I'm a DJ, I guess, low-key.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's just weird.
Hey, that is one of my most favorite nicknames I've ever heard, Will, in this show. A1.
A1.
It's a sauce, isn't it?
I do like A1 sauce in my steak.
Okay.
It's my favorite steak sauce.
Okay, good.
I didn't know that. So
So we have HP and A1.
HP and A1.
Oh,
There
now
you
you're
go.
set.
That's
Pound
right.
it.
We might be regretting this decision, Will, by the end of the show.
I know. Yeah. So you never know who you're giving a microphone to around here. But you guys are coming off 2 matches basically the past weekend, one in conference, one out. You win them both, Arkansas and Utah Valley. Haley, just your thoughts first on what you're coming off of as, all you do now is just keep going into important weeks. And
Yeah.
Alabama's coming up. So what you're coming off of, Arkansas, Utah Valley, what'd you think?
Well, I think as our team likes to say, we're on a roll right now. So we're just trying to keep it rolling, keep the wins coming. I think it's all coming together for us. And Arkansas was a very hard-fought match this weekend, and it was awesome to come away with a win. And then last night, too, a very hard-fought match against Utah Valley. So, yeah, just going into this Alabama game, it's just keep on doing what we're doing and even ramp it up a little bit more.
Take it up a notch.
Take it up a notch.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's Bama week on multiple fronts.
It is.
This weekend.
Yeah.
Allie, for you, as you're you come off that emotional win over Arkansas, that is a conference win. That helps you towards your goal of winning the trophy. But you look back at Monday night, you got Utah Valley, a scrappy team comes in here. You guys love to play. You'd probably play every day if you could. But were you a little concerned maybe about the way the team would enter that game? Did you look at it kind of as a trap game, or was it just a we're going to go out there and do what we do kind of game?
We went in with the mindset of just it's just a normal team. We just have to play our own game and everything like that. I would say our team definitely didn't have the start we wanted to have. It was a Monday game. We're definitely out of routine. I woke up that morning. It's I need to go to class. Wait, I have a game today too, kind of situation. So I felt a little awkward and different. But we definitely had a mindset saying we don't care who's on the other side of the field. We just need to play our game.
Yeah, and the way that as the match progresses, you got balls going off the post and the crossbar, the keeper's making saves. And it's still 0-0. You guys are pressuring them hard, but you're proud of the way the team just continued to focus, found a way to get the ball in the back of the net, to courtesy this one here. But get the ball back of the net, and ultimately what you're trying to do is get a win.
Yeah, it was the team really had a lot of heart. We could see we couldn't get it all together. We couldn't execute our goals as we wanted to, but we just knew that if we kept fighting, we kept the pressure high, and that eventually they'll mess up and we can get a goal. One of our shots has to get on goal eventually.
Texas A&M and Alabama on Thursday out at Ellis Field. We've got Haley Pounds and Allie Watt with us right now. HP and A1, excuse me. But in the world of scouting, all these conference games mean so much. Matt alluded to it. When you beat Arkansas, that was one step toward the ultimate goal. The trophy case is pretty full over at A&M Soccer, but you're wanting another, first of all, SEC trophy. When you how much scouting do you get of an opponent? Because I hear so much with our teams. The first thing we do is worry about us. Mm-hmm. We try to get better. Obviously, you're doing that. But what will you learn about Alabama before Thursday night? Is there a lot of scouting that goes on? Is it mostly on paper? Do you guys delve into film a lot? Your world of scouting, what does it look like in a given week?
Normally the day before a game or 2 days prior, G will get some film of the team that we're going to play. And, yeah, it's a bunch of different clips of either, their corners or if they have a long throw-in, any of their, different tactics that they have that we're not used to. And yeah, I personally like to watch our team play like before. So like last week Alabama played Tennessee. I watched that game, and so I think a lot of it too is on our own. But G does a really good job of grabbing a lot of different film for us to see.
Speaking of corner kicks, you ever have that many in a match you
Oh
play
my gosh,
in? Was
21,
it 21
yeah.
against Utah Valley?
Yep.
21.
Whole lot of corners outside. Wow.
Hurts the head. I mean, a lot of those end up as headers.
Now,
I know.
who takes them? Is it the same person every time, or do y'all rotate through pretty much?
On the right, it's me and Addie, and then on the left, it's Sienna and Kendall that take it. So
It's a lot of corner kicks. Will.
it is.
I know. I can't fathom that. But, Allie, what about you? I mean, we think of match prep, Alabama on Thursday. I mean, Haley mentioned you can do some film on your own. Some athletes are these film gurus. They just spend all that time in a dark room watching film. But where do you stand on it? Are you more concerned with what I'm doing with my game, or do you like to dive into opponent and see what they're doing a lot?
I would definitely say I like to focus on myself. I really do like to go through and like look at my previous touches and like any other games, see how I play like Missouri, Arkansas. Like I go back to my successful games that I had and see what I did good in. And then I need to remember I need to implement that in my next games. But then I also have to go back and look at what I did bad on. And then I need to improve on that. But I definitely go just to give me like an idea of what I need to continue working on through the season, because I will keep improving on so much throughout the season. Is because I keep going back on film to see what I've been doing wrong, like a lot of scoring opportunities. I've have so many shots on goal, but I only have 4 goals of the season. And then I keep seeing, like, what do I need to do to change, like, with my shooting technique or stuff like that, how to be more dangerous, to get, like, Haley in the box more and get some crosses off to her. So I really like to focus on myself because, like, no matter who's across the line, I want to just do what I need to do. And I think that's what we really focus on. Like, we need to play our game and, like, be what we need to be.
So a lot of film can just be self-evaluation.
Yeah.
Not necessarily who you're going to play.
Yeah. And one thing Phil did with us this week is he printed out the sheet, and it was like goal of things you want to improve on, and then he wanted us to go and find 3 different times in a game that like we saw that we messed up on this one thing we want to improve on, and write down the time. So he wants us to go back and evaluate ourselves too, and that does help a lot because you're like, okay, pinpointing right in that moment I could have done this differently. So yeah, I think it's really good for self-evaluation.
Haley Pounds, Allie Watt with us here on Studio 12. Tomorrow night, Alabama, the opponent, 7 o'clock, first kick. That is a time change from what you may have seen of late. 7 o'clock, first kick, Aggies and Crimson Tide. First 200 students into the gate get A&M tumblers. It is also faculty staff appreciation night. $3 tickets in advance or at the gate. You can get those at 12man.com/promotion for faculty staff appreciation night. Allie, I wanted to ask you, we did a feature story on you in 12th Man Magazine earlier this year and got to kind of see about your journey through the U.S. national team. You got to play with that group and that organization. All the countries you've gotten to go to, I'm always wanted to ask, I didn't ask you this, I think, for the story, but did you ever think that soccer would take you to Spain, Papua New Guinea, and all these different places? And what were those cultural experiences like, getting to kind of go somewhere for a couple of weeks and kind of experience it?
When I first started playing soccer, I didn't think I'll be traveling with it. It was more like just a passion, but then my dad got me more involved, just taking it more serious. And then I got pulled into the U20 cycle when I was in high school, and I remember the first meeting we were in, they're like, yeah, like here's a highlight of our next year and a half, and it was like talking about like going to like Mexico and like England, and I was like, wow, like I really didn't think I was actually going to be able to do all this. So going to Spain twice was really good. Like a lot of different culture, like the towns there were amazing, like the architecture was so cool, like nothing compared to I see in America. So it was beautiful though. It was beautiful. The ocean, like the Mediterranean, was like so clear and so pretty. And I got to do that with Mickey. And then going to Papua New Guinea, it was definitely a different culture. I was in culture shock, honestly, when I got there the first time when we did a test run out there, and just seeing how loving the people were, and they were very inviting of us to be there. Like they loved us when we were there, and we had so much support from just random people we didn't know. Like they gave us like hugs, they gave us like gifts and everything like that. We had like a little fan group, and they made up all these cheers and everything. So it was definitely not what I expected, but it was like a really good experience and something I didn't think I'll get exposed to.
Probably can't have much longer of an airline flight than to get to Papua New Guinea.
14 hours to Australia.
Wow.
Yeah.
No thanks. You been out of the country
slept 4 times.
soccer-wise, Haley? You ever been out of the
I've
country?
been to Costa Rica twice, and I don't know if I've been anywhere else outside. Yeah, maybe at Costa Rica. It's just
How was that? I don't think we've asked you that. You guys went in the
Oh.
spring. How was that?
It was fun. Yeah, it was good. It was good team bonding for sure. We spent a lot of time on the bus traveling around, seeing different. Like we were in the jungle one day, and then the next day we were at the beach. So we got to see a couple different environments there. But the soccer was fun. We won both games.
Did you play 2 or 3 games?
I can't remember.
We won all our games.
That was
We
just
won
this
all our
last
games.
spring, is that
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
fun
This
though.
past spring.
They definitely play a different style than I was used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're more technical, like more like crafty. It was kind of
Uh-huh.
scary, honestly.
Yeah.
A little
Yeah.
different than the SEC style for
A
sure.
little bit. Mhm.
So these are our two big-time goal scorers on the team, Will. I know they both got some wheels. I know you got some wheels, Haley. You ever challenge us, the track star, to a race there?
No.
That
Not sure
wouldn't
I
end-
want to.
That wouldn't end well for you, would it?
No. This one is mighty fast.
What's the sprint that y'all time?
We do our 40.
Y'all do a 42? I always thought it was like a
Wait,
60.
Or is it a 30?
it's a 30. Yeah,
Yeah.
we do a 30.
Y'all do a 30.
Yeah, we don't do a 40. We do a 30.
I mean, are you the fastest time?
By far.
I was gonna say,
This
you
one is-
better be if you were.
She's lightning speed.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I'm just like, wow. Every time she-
Okay. Who's fighting for second?
Was it Sienna?
Sienna's really
Sienna,
fast.
Okay.
Claude is
Claudette.
up there. Brittany's up there.
Brittany's
yeah,
fast.
Brittany. She's actually really fast. She's really tall, but she's really fast, actually.
Those long legs.
Like when she unwraps those legs, you can't stop her.
Yeah.
like
You have fun in a match when you're able to, when they send the long ball, you're able to take off after. Do you have kind of fun dusting those defenders, get behind them?
I get a little tired, but it's my job on this team, so I'll do it and everything.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it, yeah. It's just like I know that's my role on the team, and I embrace it.
Yeah.
I just-
Yeah.
Well, good deal. HP and A1. Good luck against Bama. And
Thank
you.
you.
you got to start this week against the Crimson Tide off right.
I know.
We're going for a sweep here.
We are.
Yeah.
You can only do your part, and your part
That's
is
right.
Thursday.
Okay.
Okay.
We got it.
Handle what you can control.
Yeah. And more
Don't they tell
importantly-
athletes that all the
Yeah.
time?
Yeah.
Just worry about what you can control. Yeah.
And this
I
game,
like
this
it.
game thing, whatever. But you got to come up with a name for your segment. That's
Okay.
clearly your most important assignment this.
I will
week.
be brainstorming this week, and next week we'll.
Well, you got to
have
admit,
something
Matt, we haven't
creative.
been much help in that.
No, we haven't.
Y'all be brainstorming too.
I will. Will can draw logos. He's good on the dry
Yeah, I've
erase
got really
board.
good.
He can come up with something.
I'm a
yeah.
graphic artist.
Really?
Oh.
I do it on a dry erase board with a marker. It's fantastic.
We
Okay.
give him crayons too.
You get a
sometimes.
title, I'll have a logo.
Awesome.
Ready to go.
If you give
Okay.
Will a pack of crayons and a piece of paper, he's entertained for a couple hours.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I can write a whole page of stuff.
It's pretty good. Well, guys, thanks again. Appreciate
Thank
it.
Thanks
you.
for having us.